gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Grab your Eagle Ray hard seltzer, because we're about to take a deep dive. Refreshment. Take a deep dive. Lemon, pineapple, passion fruit. Hard seltzer.
New depths of refreshment.
Get more value for your money when you activate your Digicel Prime Bundle. More choices for what you want at low prices. More talk time on the most reliable network. More any-use data for whatever you're into searching and sharing. And dedicated data for more new apps to stream your music, shows, and live sports. Activate a Digicel Prime Bundle of your choice in the My Digicel app today and save more. Digicel, better connected.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Royal St. Kitts Hotel. Join us for Pink Suntopia, a food and good vibes affair on Saturday, 24th June from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Splash Bar. Dress code is Shades of Pink. General admission is $20 and buffet inclusive is $65. You don't want to miss out on the amazing music from DJ Levi Chen, DJ Collision, DJ Hollywood HP, DJ Terror, Sister Sensia, and EK The Real Ride. Tickets are available at No Rush Bar Port Zante and Royal St. Kitts Hotel. Come and enjoy the vibes with us.
Nice to be in orbit.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to SipNchat right here on the Sugar Factory. With me, Azem, and of course, here with Jade, Winnie Grenadita, Sipelna, Stuart, I think it's Beyonce Johnson. And it's a real pleasure to be with you this morning, Sippers. Big up to the Kingsters in the back. And all the people who are logged on, watching, checking us out. Morning.
It is Friday, friend.
Yeah, it's the end of the week.
Yes, just like that. Flew by.
End of the work week for most of us.
True.
Yeah. But, it has been a week that seemed to just, it wasn't holding up at all this week.
Bye.
It wasn't holding up at all. But I'm looking forward to the weekend. I have some stuff going on. And
I have work.
Yeah, I have work too. Actually, I'll talk to you after the show about work.
I always love to hear that.
Yeah.
I know I'm in my peak adult stage when people tell me about work and I get excited.
You get excited?
Like, yeah, Jade, I got a job for you. You do?
It's a little different, but we can see. Now I was going to tell you about my work.
Look how I just threw myself in there now. Go ahead. It's okay, I'm happy for you still.
Yeah. 'Yeah. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That mean you're leaving me.
Yeah, but not long. Not
That's
long.
okay.
Just the weekend.
I got just into you.
Yeah, just the weekend.
Just the weekend.
Yeah,
So
I might not be back. I'm coming back on Monday, but I don't think I'll be back in time for this Monday show.
okay, just into you?
Yeah. Hey, and so shout out to Jacintia. I wasn't here yesterday, and she held on the fort.
Bye.
Yeah, so it was
We
good.
get a little bit of alcohol and she went.
Good, yeah. The cartel take was one.
I don't think that was the alcohol. It didn't kick in yet. That was her full feelings.
Sober truth.
Yes.
But
But lots of people feel like that, so I could understand.
But yeah, I guess. But yeah, definitely shout out to Jacintia. Big up yourself. And yeah, I'm happy to be back. To be honest,
You missed us?
Yes, I got some calls. Some people thought like the band on my hand was why I wasn't here yesterday. It's like,
Nah.
that's minor matters.
Yeah.
That can't stop me from you. Are you crazy?
Are you here? Like, you can't do nothing. You just gotta sit down and talk.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely good that we have friends of the show that could come in and hang out with us.
Yeah, man.
But Jade, how are you?
I'm doing well. I got some sleep, friend. Oh, I went to sleep.
Really?
10 o'clock.
What?
Wait.
Yes, wait, because when I hear them kind of things, I just ask if you're alright, like if you're depressed, like me.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes. However, I went to sleep at 10 o'clock because I was really tired. The night before I didn't sleep at all. And then yesterday I was planning to sleep, take the usual day. Then I didn't get to do it.
Wow.
I was up doing Bell Pastel flyer while finishing this flyer. You saw that pretty flyer?
I haven't seen it yet.
Let me give you a little
Give me a preview, let me see.
let me lay a peek.
Ooh.
Right.
I want to go to Bell Pastel. It was a vibes last year.
Yes, it was. So I was up finishing that, and then time went down on me. My son had to come home. I had to go cook my soup because he's a big soup fan.
Yeah. Oh, he's a soup fan.
What?
Man, a soup man.
But yeah, Jade is a soup man. Aisha and all. He might ask me for carrot and I said, who child is? But yeah, so then I didn't get to sleep, and I said, you know what? Let me take a nap, and then wake up and do some work. So I went to sleep around 10. Set my alarm for 11. 11 o'clock come. So bye. We take another hour. 12 o'clock come. I said bye. This is it for the day. I can sleep. I done here. Let me just go all the way. So I woke up in this I actually did the run sheet this morning.
Okay.
I woke up refreshed. I woke up at 6. Did the run sheet,
Right.
Got us ready for work and school. And
Okay, sound like a plan, man. Sound like it was going good. But I'm happy that you got that. Like, I don't think people, let me put it this way, I think people understand the importance of rest, but we still don't adhere to it. Like, we still don't do what we need to do.
No, we don't rest at all, and rest is super important. Every health study you've seen, it says you need to get some rest.
Every health study, every health issue is complicated by lack of rest. Like, I've never heard anybody been sick and it's like, one of the things you can do to help is to not sleep. Like, I've never heard that. So, yeah, definitely need to
and I
get
could have
rest.
felt my body crashing. So I say, you know what? Let me take, because I know this weekend I ain't gonna sleep. Today is Friday, tomorrow we have tropics, and then Sunday we'll probably be doing work.
This weekend is tropics.
Tomorrow is tropics, friend.
Oh yeah, and is this a Nevis edition, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where the venue is in for tropics?
It is at the Malcolm Gishad Park.
Recreational park?
Yes.
Okay. That's vibes. Hey, we're all the tropics. Lovers. Hey, make sure y'all enjoy yourself.
Yes, and don't forget, y'all could park safely at Reggae Beach and not worry about your vehicles being broken into, because we have security. We actually put security on the beach to make sure, the events of last week don't transpire again. And yeah, just come over, have some fun, have some alcohol, get home safely. Don't jump off the boat, please.
Don't box the boat, man.
Yeah, that's
another thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing, yeah.
We can't fight the boatmen.
Sometimes it's like you just got to wait for things to happen.
Would you like to do me the favor of opening my eagle ray?
Anything you need, Jade. Anything you need, I got you.
Shout out to Karen.
Shout out.
And it's delicious.
Salsa.
Salsa.
There you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, it is it's sometimes things happen that you never thought would happen, and then now you know that it's possible. You have to take account for it.
Well, honestly, we were planning to put security there before that
But
whole
that's not
incident.
about boxing the boat, man.
Oh. yeah, no, we can.
Yeah, prior to that actually happening, I didn't think that would actually
No,
happen.
bad. That was the last thing. That's the last person I thought I would have boxed off. The man that have to take her across the water.
I would have gone home
I
in my
must be
bed.
mad.
I was going to go home in my bed.
Azem?
But that's what he did, isn't it?
Well, he left and they were stranded for a few, and then
Oh, he came back?
somebody come back.
Because
I don't know if it was him. I know somebody come back.
It was going to be morning time, like 10,
Bye.
when I decided to come back.
Sun up, birds chirping. Because if I box me off, that's a wrap. So, I mean, you see this phenomenon of people falling off of cruise ships or jumping off?
Jumping off, yeah.
But me and Jacinta spoke about somebody jumping off yesterday. But then yesterday, I saw another article of a man who actually fell off and they can't find him.
Well, generally, right, Jade? What has been happening? Whether they fall off or
They jump off.
they jump off, they're never to be seen again.
Bye. Me know what to tell her, bye. Stay away from the railings of the boats.
Jade, I have been on several cruises, Jade.
I never once fall off.
Never once had the urge to even be anywhere close. But, like I keep saying, when alcohol getting to people, sometimes weird things are happening.
Bye. I agree. I also disagree because Azem, I've been drunk. And I've been drunk on boats. And yet, I've never had the urge to jump off.
Jade,
Never once,
everybody's weird isn't the same.
True.
Everybody's weird isn't the same. And that's part of the issue. Part of the issue is 99.9% of the people on the boat ain't gonna jump out the boat, Jade.
Now, how much is that?
99.9% not gonna jump off the boat. But is it the 0.01%?
Alright, well then for sure. Because,
This is not. Hey, and the funny thing about it is below. When I don't pay my money and gone on the cruise and something happened to somebody on the cruise, I expect the cruise to jump into action, focus on that becomes a priority to deal with and so. But I still vex you, I don't spend my money.
I know I'm holding up the
You
thing.
holding up the boat
I'm
because
supposed to
this
be on
man
a
is
beach sipping a cocktail.
Now I got to be out here waiting for police to come on a helicopter.
How kind of story? Got to be circling on it. Nah.
This part of the boat where I used to like to come and hang out at 2 o'clock in the morning because nobody else was around there but me. Now I can't even go on there because there's caution tape
Yeah,
over
kind of
there.
yellow tape out there.
Right.
Fingerprint dust on the railing and stuff.
No, but Jade, this leads me to what I've been saying all the time too, right? It's one thing just to like say, like as they say in the song, blame it on the alcohol. But there are a lot of these things are happening, Jade, more prevalent.
Main eventually of the one that fell off the cruise ship was drunk,
I'm just saying that'll normally be a factor. But what I'm saying is, here we are at a time when people just seem to be doing more and more nonsense. More and more nonsense. Like, how...
It's the phones, it's the cameras, this camera internet age has y'all doing the most.
I think that's definitely part of it. As a motivator, right? As a motivator for those actions. But I think the deeper thing for me is what we've been talking about. It seems as though we live in a time where people refuse to think. Full
Critically?
stop. Well, I was going to say critically, but then I said full stop.
Just think.
They just refuse to think.
I don't understand, because what's... I don't understand the thought process. Okay, so you're on a cruise ship or you're on a boat. Let's use the guy who jump off as a deal,
Right, yeah.
You're on a boat with your friends, them. You run up to me, talk about, hey, I dare you to jump in the water.
Bear don't jump in the water. Bear don't jump in the water.
I bet you're right, because me doing it. I bet you're right.
You're a smart guy. You know how to play the smart money.
Yeah, the long game. I mean, I want to be here for a long time, not a good time. Partner, shark bait you. pan is literally sharp. The man jumped into...
You're not going to buy the train to get sharp.
No, it's true.
It's just free food.
Free food. 869 to go delivery. Wild.
We live in a time, Jade, where thinking is overrated.
Clearly.
Sense is overrated.
Obviously.
Everybody focuses, and part of it is just culturally. We're in a time where people focusing on emotions and feelings over logic and thought. People focusing on the individualism and the false idea that just because they exist, they could do whatever they want.
Yep.
They're focusing on this idea that there is no consequences for the actions because who are you to tell me what to do? And I'm kind of like some of these things where I hear people just saying like normally and like I'd just be like, those are the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Yeah? I hear somebody say, who is you to tell me what to do? Why you got to do? Why you got to say? Why society want to tell me to live my life?
I could do it. Yeah, okay.
You're going on a very dark path.
Going down?
You're going on a very deep, well, what must call it? Sea trench.
Sea trench? You mean sharp food? You're going to have sharp belly. I play one thing I don't play is the water, you know.
And the boats are already getting more dangerous. You realize they got this thing now with the killer whales, them turning our boats?
Why do we know there? I just see why people paddle out into the water, right? And the orcas and so just out there playing volleyball with them. Why are you out there? Why are you out there on a paddle board? You ain't even a board. Like I understand a board, right? I understand because it's a little more work. You know? It's a little more safety on a boat. But you're just out there with 2 paddles and a board. Love that for y'all.
Well,
you know who ain't gonna become orca meat?
Jade.
I don't play with deep water. I don't play with deep water.
That's a good look. But let me tell you something, right? I am very much just over this whole like this trend of people just being ridiculous. It to the point now where when I see these things come up, it's like it don't even come up in my feed anymore. Because
it's only mine.
I've been ignoring them so much that it's like, Jade, I tell you, when I want to get to know somebody, right? My new strategy is just go and say, hey, let me see your explore page. That'll tell me all I need to know about you.
Let me see what I with mine. Let me see how mine looking.
Let's switch.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's switch.
Okay.
Oh Lord. I done oh Lord in because a lot of Jade like explore page is like, what do they call those? It's not memes. But you know the sayings.
The quote sensor?
The quote sensor. That's big red flag for me.
But I don't be looking them up, so I don't know what they're doing here.
No, you don't be looking them up. But obviously when they pass, you'll take a stop.
I'll read one.
Exactly.
Because
So that's
some
what
of them
going
just be buy. I nearly thought this was something else buy.
Let me see what's going on here.
Cologne.
So we're seeing some makeup
music,
stuff. That's legit.
Hot girls.
They ain't gonna come on, Jade.
What do you mean?
1 or 2 hot girls. Let me see.
That's a hot girl?
Don't click on it, Jade.
Well,
Because more hot girls gonna come. Me want them come, Jade.
My bad.
There's a lot of makeup. There's a lot of things here. Let me see.
Yeah, yours look very masculine. Mine look very feminine.
Yeah, Jade.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad.
I tell you, I don't be doing nothing on Instagram as him.
This is a lot. There's a lot of makeup. A lot of
They
makeup.
probably try to tell me something.
Like a lot of makeup, and the problem is, but the red flag. There's some red flags here.
Why? Why would it like me?
No, these things here. Let me just click randomly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see what this one says.
I'm cool
Really?
on relationships. I'm on a tour right now. I might be sitting. They say what else to do with me.
No, let's read it out so the people know what you're. I'm cool on relationships and I'm on tour right now. I might be in your city next.
I ain't got to do that. I don't be over here looking for these things.
Look, all them girls will be out there posting everything just in a bar post.
I can't baho. If you do that, then you're toxic.
Everything just in a bar post and your status.
No, you're fully toxic, man.
Hey, that don't mean I ain't gonna jump in your DM. It just mean that I know what jumping in your for.
See, mine is food and nails and a little bit of quotes here and there, some makeup.
Well, a little bit of quotes.
Some healthy eating. It's more clothes than quotes. What
You
I
got to
mean?
fire Jade. You gotta go to the top.
He's only 2 up there.
What do you mean 2?
5.
5 out of that's 5 out of 12.
Yeah, but all of them ain't bad. Her, I ain't got no babysitter. Man, what's your baby? See, this ain't apply to me. This don't apply to me. I never said them things yet. Now do I have to go to them?
No, but I guess mine is like exercise.
Self-care is cancelled. Why they trying to make me toxic?
That's exactly, Jade.
Nah.
They recognize you're done with the toxicity.
Sometimes.
Mine is exercise and sports, music. Jade, watch how far you have to go to find a hot girl. But I'm vexed, you know. Kind of got people giving the impression like,
Me just at school.
look, but Jade, look.
Don't matter.
Where's the first
Don't
one?
matter.
Oh, okay. See, Jade trying to give different impression.
That
yeah.
is not true. I just said what I see.
I
see things like workout stuff and music
no,
stuff
the
and them
second thing
things.
you said was hot
and
girls.
then I see a hot girl. So I just,
You have to scroll literally 3 pages to find a hot girl.
But she there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
oh.
don't give the impression, Jade.
But it's hot girl, no?
It's another thing, no?
Okay,
Let me see. Hold on.
You know, man. You know.
No, don't send me that.
Oh, well.
Don't send me that.
Never mind.
Don't send me that.
Never mind. Anyway,
Don't send me.
see what's going on in the world, you hear? Besides chaos and anarchy.
Chaos and anarchy.
Chaos and anarchy. That's literally it. But guys, all I want y'all to do is be safe this weekend. I know we said this last time and that went to hell. Coming on the show next week.
Just say that. Whenever Jade give that laugh, you know this thing going south real fast.
No man, it's one of my favorite people in the world. Well, it's their kids. Mono.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I laugh because I know Mono is very ridiculous, but he's extremely funny.
Okay. Vibes.
Yeah. I said, Mono, we coming to talk. Boy, he said, no, I want to talk about things. Things in the world. So I hear Mono taking some articles. I'm not laughing because I know.
Alright, let me see how that goes.
Anywho, so yeah, Pam had the election.
Alright.
And if this article would just get smaller so I could read it. It won't. So let me go to my phone so I can tell you all the results of the election. Who move, who doing what, who's where now. So, yes, after the election, of course we know Sean is still the political leader because he has another term.
Another year in his term.
Yeah, another year.
He wasn't up for
No.
up for election.
But Azad is now the chairman, Mr. Azad Gums. Jonel and Natasha are now the deputy political leaders.
So there's 2 deputies. It was like that, is it?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Who was the deputy leader all the time?
Lindsay.
Oh, he's not here actually.
Yeah.
Mr. Grant.
I'm sure he's still very, very much involved in the party.
Maybe not in the.
He's just not in the executive.
No,
But he's not in the
okay.
executive.
Charles Morton is now the deputy chairman. Shermel Drew is the assistant general secretary. Clytie Gilbert is the treasurer, and your fave, Laverne Keynes, is the public relations officer.
Laverne Keynes? Laverne Keynes.
Never know.
Oh! Yeah, my favorite. Laverne,
I should have smiled.
Good morning. No, I'm quite a fan.
I know
of that woman. Yes.
I know, you told me. Yeah.
Big up
But
Laverne,
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it went for them.
All right. Well,
And the convention is Sunday?
Yeah, the convention is this Sunday. As well, when Jonel was here, he spoke to the fact that the party is looking to kind of move in a different direction, position themselves to move forward, recognizing that there has to be some changes. And I'm hoping that there is a
Oh, that had to before, by the way. It was Grant and Eugene.
Oh, okay. Nice. So I'm hoping that the party is able to look at whatever mistakes, make the proper changes to address those mistakes, and move forward. I'm not a supporter of any particular party.
Not them by. We can't know that.
But
That's too much work.
no, I'm not a supporter of any particular party. However, I believe that because of the nature of our democracy, it's important to have strong political party movements, right? Whether they're in government or they're in opposition. So, because we need strong opposition, I really think that that's one of the things that we have we've kind of been struggling with in this particular instance. That feeling of, I mean, I didn't get to go into it with Jonel because he kind of addressed it before I asked the question. But one of the questions that I had was, you know, Pam being one of the second oldest political movement, political party and in the federation, no longer in government.
No longer in government, yes.
I think that there are people who would look to the party and the representatives who would have been elected for some to kind of push the opposition, right? And to bring things to the fore, bring things to the people. Like recently they had started doing their the program on social media. Like I think it's like once every 2 weeks. There is a stream now.
From Pam?
From Pam, yeah. I think it usually is Jonel and Sean Richards.
Okay.
And they bring, you know, to highlight certain things, to bring things to the fore. I think that would be the goal of the show. But then you look at somebody like Apaches, who seemingly every week
Apaches out there now?
got about and that to talk about and information on this and information on that and this issue to bring up and that issue to bring up. You have political commentators like Doya Stefan,
Uncle Doya?
who again is like weekly putting things out there, and then you look into the political parties now, and it's like, well, where it is, the same thing with PLP. It's like people asking, where is PLP? Right? So, and then...
Well, they have a convention coming up too.
Yeah, the two parties have conventions. So I guess the idea for me was, well, let's see what happens after the conventions.
Yeah, let's see where they're at.
Jonel had said, like, you know, you want to give the political part, the government, a chance to get their feet under them and start implementing, putting things in place before you start, let's say, jumping on the throat.
Understandable.
But the issue for me is that I don't see opposition as simply just jumping on at the government throat.
Yeah, that's true.
As a matter of fact, I believe in a mature democracy, the opposition functions to support the government as well as hold them accountable. So it's not simply about...
But you see what you said, in a mature democracy.
Right, so but the only way that we could do it is if we even start trying to hold the political parties to some account.
True.
Like, a lot of what I feel happens in our political system is because the politicians and the political class dictate, they set the expectations. They're the ones who set the expectations, even down to the topics that are discussed on the platform. Yeah. Like, I think if you're going to ask regular people on the street, what are the things that you feel really need to be addressed? What are the pressing issues?
It's not the thing that...
A lot of times it's not the same thing that is being pushed on the political platform. When you hear parties, and all parties do it, and it's obviously part of what's expected in terms of the conversation for persons challenging to try and get into government, is just because the Prime Minister, whoever the Prime Minister, that is the #1 political strategy across the region, really.
Yeah, that's it. Because if you're trying to get out this person, that's where you got to...
But no, not really. Like, and I think part of the problem is that instead of doing that or having that be the focus, in telling me that the reason I need a change is because that person is bad, well, perhaps the thing should be to tell me, well, what is it that you will do better than that person?
Yeah, but then sometimes they can't say because whatever the answer is what the person in charge saying as well. So if the two of y'all have the same ideas, the only thing for you left to do is cost the person so they could move and you could do the same thing that y'all have in common.
Yeah, but the issue for me is that, again, the discussions that come out are very vague. They don't normally speak to what the real issues on the ground are. What happens is even after they go in, we holding them accountable to things that they promise that really ain't what we even wanted in the first place.
But this is what I promised, so that's what we got to go.
So it's what they promise, so then they start telling us. So for instance, I remember in the previous administration, they'll give us these checkups like every 6 months, 9 months, whatever, about look at all these things we're doing. And they look good on paper, but it's like,
What about the things that we actually
but
want?
the things that I kind of stressing about and feeling.
Man, seeing it in y'all.
Like, yes, so it's good that you went and you put lights down this place. I needed lights.
Yeah. No, that's
great. It's
that's
good.
up
like,
there. Yeah. All them good things.
But in my list of my hierarchy of needs,
I didn't even know the place needed lights.
I didn't even know that they needed lights.
So like, what we doing now? Bye, you're right. So you go. Anyway.
Yeah, so this is where the electorate need to step up their game. We need to step up our game. The opposition need to step up their game. The administration need to step up their game.
Everybody, I tell you.
Everybody need to step up their game.
Everybody, bye.
Everybody needs to step up their game.
Yeah, I agree with you. But let's jump over into Guyana. Because I want to talk about this.
What's happening in Guyana? Guyana is such...
You would never guess.
Tell me what Guyana is.
Teenagers detained following fire at girls' hostel.
Another one?
Yes, sir.
But you see that thing that you said first? You're lying, Jade.
Which one?
I would never guess.
Oh, you would have guessed that?
I would have guessed. Me give X. But young people, children, seem, and this is nothing new, Jade, seem to have a love affair with fire.
By them some firebugs down there, by. May I understand, by.
And this is nothing because, I'm not saying this because of the issue the tragic issue that happened at the issue with the young girl setting the housing on fire. This is something that I have noticed for a long time. Even when I've had friends who've come here from Guyana, they're always lighting grass on fire or something. Like, I don't know why.
Why y'all love fire so much?
Jade, I keep telling you, Guyana is a very traumatized society here. Like years and years, generations and generations of trauma, you know. No, I don't think they even fully recognize what it is going on with them. When you start talking about things like even suicide and suicide rates or suicide attempts and them kind of things.
The right man.
Like, but it's a very traumatized society. It's like we can't just look at it and say, but something wrong with them. They like to drink dramas over them.
Yeah, no, it's more than that, man.
Your mother tell you like on the TV you go drink dramas over. No, it's obvious that there's a lot of trauma in Guyanese society.
Yeah. No,
they need to figure that out, man. Like,
Bye.
address it.
Guys, sorry for the lagging. Our internet seems to be giving a little bit of an issue.
There's a little laggy.
Yeah. Somebody just messaged me and said our internet seems to be lagging. Same issue yesterday.
Oh. Well, I was going to smooth yesterday.
Oh, for sure? Okay, well, I don't know then. Maybe it's them or maybe it's us. I don't know. But I cannot answer this call, but our guest is calling. Should I? Let me just see. Maybe he's trying to find us. Good morning.
Should put it on speaker.
Okay, one of our techs will come out to meet you. Upstairs, yes, around there. All right.
He's sending the Kingston's number one time, yeah. In the morning, yeah. Send him the number.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna start to do that. But yes,
Guyana, fire.
The police have detained. The police have detained 4 teenagers following a fire that destroyed the St. Angela's Girls' Hostel in Karasabai Village, Region 9, to the south of Guyana. According to the preliminary reports, the fire started at around 3 hours on Thursday.
That's 3 a.m.
Yeah. May not be listening to that. On Thursday, and from all indications, it appears to be an act of arson. Newsroom Guyana reports that threats were made on Wednesday to set the building on fire, and villagers claim that when the first fire started, they saw some boys riding away from the hostel. 17 students who were at the time being accommodated at the hostel all escaped unharmed.
Thank God.
I know, right? The hostel was constructed by the Catholic Church to ease the burden of students staying with guardians in the village. The students are from the surrounding communities and are attending school at the secondary department. I fire. Bye, watch you.
No, let me tell you something. Like I said at the start, right? That there is a tradition of asking. Who want to admit it or don't admit it, say what you want. That is documented.
You want
Right?
clearly.
That is documented. Right?
I don't think anybody could deny that fact.
Where that comes from, I don't know. I am not going to be, but I am not going to be the one who's going to stay here and pretend as though it is something like some isolated thing where it's like, oh, just a couple bad hands. No, this is a thing.
I think.
This is a thing. Guyana needs to sit with itself, look back in its history, and figure out what it is that is causing all these generational curses to just procreate and continue and go from generation to generation across ethnic groups. Guyana is a very interesting situation, right?
Yep.
When I go to Jamaica, when I go to Trinidad, there's a certain level of relatability. Not only to just like the people and, you know, like just the vibe and whatever, but even in terms of the politics. When I say the politics, I'm not talking about PAM and Labour and thing. I'm talking about is like, I mean, even when we start talking about these issues with these hostels and these dorms, right? Those aren't things that the rest of the Caribbean has to even contend with.
No, we can never say there's no. Well, I don't think there's another country that said has the same type of system. Because Sankis don't have those. The kids go to school and go home.
Well, that's the part of the thing. Is like bear in mind, right? The present president,
Mr. Ali?
we would have been making some headway trying to put some stuff in place to address some of those issues, right? So, for instance, just the idea of the government providing boats to villages so that children could go to school, like that ain't something that the rest of the Caribbean
Not
just,
at all.
and that's a geographical issue.
We have school buses. We don't have school
Yeah,
boats.
we don't have school boats. And then the boat don't bring you on Monday and then take you back on Friday afternoon
Nope.
and kind of things and so. Like as a 5-year-old.
Parents, the parents in these West Caribbean countries ain't having that.
Right, so there's like all of that going on, the issue of the indigenous people versus the Indians versus the Chinese versus the like
It's a lot of
all of there's a lot of dynamics that are at play that really I can't relate to. Like sometimes when I talk to my Guyanese friends and stuff, people involved in government and stuff like that, and they're telling me about like some of the dynamics that exist. Even talking to people from different sides of the aisle, people from different backgrounds, you get two totally different ideas of what's going on in Guyana.
So
So
nobody really know.
even within themselves, they don't.
So it
even
don't seem
agree.
like anybody actually fully understands or knows.
Or maybe it's just that they don't. It's not that because of the total differences in perspectives. You come to different conclusions. You have different views on things, that kind of thing, right? So I think that what we are seeing is really a country that is struggling not only with self-identity and to deal with the unique challenges that it has based on all these other factors that we just were discussing, but you also just have a country that has not really come to grips with the fact that there's things in their past that are affecting them now that need more than just like a simple policy change.
Yeah.
Right? That being said now, right? I am very much concerned. I am very much concerned, right, about the fact that when I start listening to different people, when I start talking to people, and we know what might be necessary to bring about some long-lasting change in Guyana, the only way it seems that it might happen is if there's a civil war.
Oh boy.
And
And I'm sure that's the last thing they want.
well, that's the last thing I would want, but the truth is, I seriously believe that that's where we're heading to, eh? Like, I seriously believe that's where they're heading. I seriously believe that.
Aye, friend, you're going over help.
I seriously believe, but no, but it's Caribbean. At the end
True,
of the day,
you're going to
there's a reason. There's a reason. Look, and we could say we, I'll tell you why. Because Nevis is Guyana town.
Facts.
Nevis is Guyana town.
Facts. Like over here is Spanish town? Yeah.
So our people are intertwined, right? There are a lot of students. There are a lot of people who have high jobs and you could expect to see hundreds and not thousands of Guyanese running around, right? Like that was a thing. Like that's a lot of my friends are Guyanese descent, born there, right? Living here now. So you don't want to see it, but
What if that's where they're going?
I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if there's a way to stave off. It seems like it's an inevitability.
That's crazy, boy. Because, we don't really see these things in the Caribbean. But
I tell you, Guyana needs to really sit with itself and figure out why it's doing this. Does it take a dynamic, charismatic leader who could bring people from different backgrounds together? I don't know. So does it take a Messiah? I don't know. I don't know what it takes.
maybe Jesus.
But I'm telling you, Jesus.
Yeah, maybe
But
Jesus.
I don't know, but Guyana has some deep-seated traumas
Bye.
and issues that.
Yeah, ain't nowhere children supposed to just be lighting things on fire
And the
regularly.
saddest part about it is, if there was one Caribbean country, if there was one that's supposed to get the ish together, it should have been
Guyana?
Guyana, because nobody got the kind of natural resources that Guyana
Nobody,
has.
Guyana got it. They got it for sure.
Whether it's gold, they find oil, they got timber. The Guyana like a mini Africa in the Caribbean.
But when you have people there who don't see the need to put certain things in place for long-term stability, people who don't recognize that you don't just have to take care of people who look like you or who are around your class and, them kind of stuff. You have people deep into different things and you don't take care of them people, this is what has happened.
I
leave people out.
think one of the problems too is even if you have someone who has those views, the system itself is set up in a way where it's so difficult to achieve because of people's interest in that person's failure, right? So yes, I might be the type of person who really has a vision, whether people agree with it or not, for moving the country forward, bringing some unity, bringing collaboration. One of the things that people were really excited about was the coalition government, right? And thinking that would have been a start to see some of the changes that we're talking about. And even though I believe that there might have been good intentions from the leaders, right? From the Prime Minister. You have so much power vested in the office of the president. You have so much power vested in, you have so much support because of the balance between the ethnic groups. For persons see themselves, in other words, their success is attached to your failure.
I get that.
So it's like it is in my best interest, and then I would make the argument in my people's interest for you to fail.
Yeah, I get that.
And again, it's
And the thing is, they don't recognize the failure doesn't just affect the people that you want to fail, it affects everybody.
yeah. But then you could say that. See, I tell you so.
I tell you so. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, again, it's gonna be interesting to see where Guyana is in the next few years. I mean, even in terms of the oil situation and finding oil now, and I think a lot of that control has been ceded away to foreign entities. I think that is a yeah, Guyana has way too many resources to be in the place that they are right now.
Yeah.
Don't bother talk about the goal.
Bye. Anyway, guys, I think it's break time.
Imagine a man gone, take up his whole life savings, come out the bush. Come out the bush with the whole life savings, right? With a wheelbarrow. Pushing the thing going by. Reach by the bank. Gone in the bank to ask like, oh, hey, he know the bank thing go. Man gone to somebody in the bank, they tell him, well, just bring in the money. Found a back outside, left all the money in the car now. His whole life savings there. I mean the money there.
Oh!
But the barrel gone. The barrel got more value than all his life savings.
Wild. No, that's wild. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me see if the barrel left the money by. Guyana by. Gotta love it.
Well, sir. That one that me for a look back.
But yeah, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we have an interesting discussion coming up with a very interesting person. So stick and stay, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Sip and Chat right here at the Sugar Factory. Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Chat right here on the Sugar Factory. And as I said, we have a very special guest, Jade.
Yes, we have Dr. Matthias Offrey. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Precisely.
All right, good. Yes, and here we will be talking about some of his advocacy. But for the people who may not know you, I mean, I'm sure they've seen you around and wondered exactly what you've done or what do you do. They've seen interviews with you. But for people who are new to you, tell them what you do and what you represent.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I want to say thank you guys for inviting me. I am the national HIV/AIDS program coordinator for St. Kitts and Nevis, and we have the drive in the National AIDS Secretariat in the Ministry of Health. Our drive is to ensure to mitigate the spread of infection, not just HIV, but other viral infection as well. But a major drive is HIV, and knowing that it's actually an epidemic, not a pandemic, an epidemic, and we put in so much rigorous effort to ensure that we mitigate the spread and eradicate HIV in the Federation.
So you basically advocate for safe sex?
Yes, that and also other things. Because that is one of the ways at which you can acquire the infection anyway, but one of the major ways to acquire it. So we ensure that people understand sex, understand how it's done safely.
How has that been going?
It has been going well.
Okay.
We've been putting our best to see that whatever services we provide, the information we provide, it's easily understood and comprehensible, and as well as acceptable. In other words, different category of persons that we talk to, like we actually go to high schools, we go to primary schools. We're not going to preschools yet, primary schools, because you have to find a way to really integrate that information in their syllabus for them to really understand, because at that developmental stage, they start experiencing hormonal changes.
Right.
When we're like 10, 11, it's like, what's going on? Things start changing, right? You see a young lady, you start reacting, and a lady see a young guy that she likes, her body start reacting. So we bring that information to them for them to understand that it is a natural phenomenon. There's nothing wrong with your body. It's just your body telling you that I am alive, I am functional. This is a phrase one of my co-workers always say. He said, when you see it react, it shows that he at work.
Right, right.
So, because he at work doesn't mean you should walk it.
Right, exactly. There's a responsibility.
Yes, so you should know that it's functional, but it's not ideal time for you to use it.
Right.
Because in every step of our lives, there are things we are designed to do, and there are things we are not designed to do at that particular time.
Right.
So when you start chewing, if you see a child that is 6 months old start chewing meat, there is a problem.
Right.
You understand? Because even the digestive system is not that developed to really break down that substance.
Right.
You understand? That's why they feed more milk and also soft diet that could actually go through their system. So we educate the young people or the people based on what category they are, the information they need at that particular time for them to know the differences, and also we go to college as well to really educate those ones. Those are young adults. As we say, if we can get them when they are young, we can actually create that knowledge and also that culture in them to carry on when they are older.
Well, one of the things that I know people struggle with is that type of education, and that's exactly what it is, right? It's education, and I think it's necessary. And I remember I had a discussion with someone about sex education in general for young people, children. I said, but the problem is that they're still exposed to the topic of sex, whether it is TV, older cousins, older brothers, internet, what. So they're still exposed. So it's not. So why not have responsible education to counteract some of the irresponsible messaging that they might get from other places? So I'm really happy to hear that that is something that is recognized by the ministry and something that you guys are doing.
I think it's really vital, because look at it. If you don't educate them, the internet is educating them.
Yeah.
TikTok is educating them. Facebook is educating them. YouTube is educating them. About 98% of the children in the Western world really have phones.
Right.
As of age of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they already have phones and they're browsing through that.
They know how to use it.
I'm telling you, you can't really watch everything they do.
Right.
You understand? So why not start creating that vacuum of knowledge for them, so they can be informed and will make wise decision, well-informed decision, that will mitigate the issues that you will face in the future.
Right.
We're having young people being exposed to a lot of STIs, a lot of information that are not right. In Japan, like TikTok, they actually, North Korea, they actually monitor what the young people, what you can watch. So TikTok, the only thing you see on TikTok is advancement, you see education, you see educational information, research, and all this stuff. So you are building their mind to think in a certain way, business, finances. So that is what you're building. So if you let, what they let, like in the Western world, like in America and out here, we allow them to do all this dancing and twerking and all of that stuff. That is what they see, and that's what they see they want to do, because that's what they are privy to.
Yeah, that's what they're fed.
They're fed those stuff. So that's what garbage in, garbage out is computer. So you put it in, and that's what they give out. So if we start at that early age, start informing, because we see that children are giving birth to children these days. Yeah. You see a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, they are still young. They're still trying to figure out who they are. But if they are unfortunately exposed to early pregnancy, some of them don't even have people to really help them.
Right.
So they are forced to be parents when they are not really ready.
Right.
And as such, you cannot give what you don't have. So the little childish mindset you have and you don't know how to really handle things as an adult, you pass that to your child.
Right. And then society is, that affects the type of society that.
Precisely. Precisely. So we are doing our best to see that every aspect, even in business pastors as well as government pastors, we actually go there as well. We know that we don't want to let it be that if the mountain, if Moses can't go to the mountain come to Moses.
Right.
So we go to business places to also sensitize them and also provide testing available, accessible testing for them and also preventive commodities being provided to them as well.
Now, how has that been received, those programs?
It's amazing. In fact, we have even migrated to be involved in Teachers Parent Association. So where we can involve the parents and the teachers to really help them. So it's a holistic approach. So we are trying to reach out to different areas to have a major approach. We don't want to make it centralized. I'm trying to decentralize in the way that anywhere you go, you will hear about it.
Right.
You understand? Anywhere you go, you have the access to it. So that is the plan, and it has been going well. We still, of course, we have a little bit challenges in terms of manpower and other resources and all that stuff. But you can't just wait to get everything to do anything.
Right.
You have to start doing something to get somewhere. So when you get everything, you can do more than what you are doing right now.
I agree.
Well, let's take a step back for a moment. You guys, I want to say you guys talking about the Ministry of Health and your particular program. There is you guys are doing so much work, all that you've been describing. But the need for that work must have come out of a particular situation, or at least a recognition of a certain issue. What is it that has been happening that makes what you do so vital and so important? Because I don't think a lot of people recognize the actual situation that we're dealing with. When you just said, for instance, the HIV and AIDS situation is an epidemic, I don't think people fully understand or acknowledge the situation that we're dealing with. So if you could speak a bit to what it is that made, what is it that you guys are doing so vital and so important?
Thank you so much. I think I'll simplify it as much as I can so everybody that sees can really understand the battle that we're fighting. We're fighting for the battle of the future, literally. In other words, what we do, why it's important, is that we have seen the surge, the increase in infectious rate. You see, when the pandemic came and everybody was just running, doing this, in fact, we put everything in the back burner.
Right.
It just COVID.
Right.
All right. After COVID has gone down, we see now COVID has gone down. There's now a spike, an increase in infectious rate of infectious diseases.
Right.
All right. So when this increase, like let's say after the lockdown, and people can't see the friends or can't see their girlfriends or their side chicks and all of the stuff.
Right.
And when we have that break again, it was like a burst of freedom for people to, go on wild.
Right.
You understand? So that's why we are doing our best to ensure that when you are making decisions, you're making well-informed decisions. In other words, if we can mitigate the infectious rate in the Federation, in the Caribbean region, and this is not a fight for just St. Kitts. This is an issue that is happening in the OEC state. And whenever I travel in presenting the Federation for infectious disease and the health system, we come to realize that the issue is actually a regional issue, an international issue. Over 34 million people have been infected with HIV. And
that's in the region?
Yes.
Wow.
No, sorry, in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Okay.
And it's increasing. And these are people that have been tested. How about those that are not tested?
Right.
For example, in St. Kitts, statistically, the estimated persons that have been tested that are been tested positive is 224 that have been tested. But based on our observation, based on the groundwork done, you can multiply that times 5.
It's crazy.
It's that ridiculous. And we've gotten people that are less than 15 years old being exposed to the virus. And they're not informed. So that information of getting the parents informed, getting the people informed is very vital. And when we have a sick nation, we don't have a future for our nation.
Right.
You understand? So and the range is from 12-year-old to 76-year-old. We have them exposed. So, and the thing is that it's not seen in the face. It's not like makeup you put and you say, okay, this person have a makeup on, they have a shirt on. It's not visible. Losing weight is not a symptom of HIV. Let's get tested.
Right.
You understand? Because there are other viral infections or there are other infections that can predispose or present with similar symptoms.
Right.
You understand? So, like, let's say you start, I decide to go on a diet. I want to go on a fast for 2 weeks, a particular fast, and I start losing weight. It's not a symptom of HIV.
Right.
You understand? It's a choice. I decide to just either reduce the percentage of fat I have in my body or just detox.
Right.
You understand? And that showcase in the percentage of fat that have been burnt in my body converted to ATP for my body to function.
Right.
All right? So there's no particular symptom. And it's so crazy that why COVID is gone down, why NCD, we're fighting NCD, like non-communicable disease, HIV and other viral infection is going up. And in the Federation, it's spiking, and people are not being conscious about it. Somebody asked me, is HIV still around? Is HIV still around? HIV is out there. And the thing is that we have smartphones, we have internet accessibility right now. People don't do no research anymore. People don't want to read anything anymore.
No. They don't want to read.
You understand? And that's why I'm trying to put it in their face, that HIV is out there and it's increasing and people are being exposed to it. Although we have treatment for it. No cure, but treatment.
Right.
In other words, I think that, that's why when we educate them, we said, when you get tested, you know your status. And when you are tested positive, it's not a death sentence.
The death sentence, right.
Because at that stage, you are HIV positive. You are not AIDS. You are not migrate to AIDS yet. So we can then put you on a regimen treatment to bring down the viral load so low that is non-transmissible.
Right.
In other words, it's even not detectable.
Right.
That your viral will be so low that you function efficiently and effectively.
Right.
And live even longer. You know, some HIV patients are even healthier than people that are not HIV positive.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you should go acquire HIV.
No.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because, you have to be on medication for a long time.
Right.
You understand? You can't do without it. So, and most persons, we also see that if you are exposed to HIV and they think, oh, we have some videos and message going on, oh, I got it, I have to give it to somebody as well. That's a very big mistake. You might have a viral load low, but even if you choose not to have a medication, you're right to bring that viral load and you say want to spread it, you are increasing the percentage of virus in your body. You understand? So when you say, I'm going to spread it, you don't know the person you're going to have sex with. If the person also you want to spread it to the person also is HIV positive. You double it up. You understand? So it makes no sense. So it's ideal that if you get tested to know your status. And people say, what I don't know, don't kill. That is a wrong
That is not true.
That's not we work.
Get to know your status so you can know where you stand to start treating yourself, so to move to HIV, to move to AIDS. And when it gets to AIDS, we're only managing you.
Yeah, you
We
can.
don't want to manage you. We want to bring the viral load so you can live a function, productive, efficient life.
Right.
So
even in terms of, I know we'll get to, because one of the questions I have is, best practices and stuff like that. But part of that must be testing.
Yes.
Right?
Most importantly.
So what's the suggestion for one, how often they get tested, and then also where does the testing happen? Because I'll tell you this. For me, one of the things that I saw as being a game changer, right, in the whole HIV thing was the ability for quick testing, and I know in some cases even home testing, right? I think that can go a long way if people take advantage of those resources, right? But as it stands now, given our resources here on the island, what is your suggestion for persons, like when to get tested, how often, or where to get tested?
Yes, thanks a lot for that. When to get tested, the body, when you are exposed to HIV, let's say the first 2 weeks, you might not the body might have not produced an antibody that we can detect whether positive or negative. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the body to produce that antibody. But we encourage that if you're sexually active, you should have your test done at least every 3 months. All right, because with that 3 months, the body has produced enough antibody that the substance or the test kit can really detect whether you're positive or negative.
Right.
All right, and this testing can be done in all the health centers. I have decentralized it in such a way that wherever you go, except St. Paul's right now, every other health centers have persons that are trained to test for HIV.
Every single one.
Everywhere, and on the hospital, and also in the Ministry of Health. You can just come ask for, I'm coming to see Dr. Alfred. You don't need to. You just come, I'm coming to see Dr. Alfred, or I'm coming to see Miss Lucine Vaughan, Pemberton Vaughan. And we will just take care of it. It does not mean that whenever you come to see me, that's the only business you're coming to see me. I have to make it clear. Because when, people don't feel like, well, I'm coming to see. No, you come to see for so many reasons.
Right.
Sometimes people come there for counseling, some people come there for information,
maybe
some
partnership.
other things. Yes, and they want to donate to ensure that they partner with us to see that we ensure that our activities we're carrying out is really efficient. All right, so we have different things we do. In fact, even the police, we've gone to the police to do testing and all of those things. As I said, in everywhere we go, and we partner with them, and we are grateful for their partnership to ensure that these things is achieved. So you can also come there to get a test done. And also we actually distribute preventative commodities like condoms and lubricants. All right, and also educate you on how to properly use it.
Right.
In fact, I met a couple teenagers, adolescents, I would say, from, let's say, young adults.
Right.
From 17 through to 21. They were all in a group. We go out in the evening to do that as well. Talk to them and everything. And some of them don't even know how to properly use this.
Right.
Because when you use it, it's like it comes off or it breaks off.
Right.
Because you're not using it properly.
Right.
You understand? So we educate them on how to properly use and protect themselves. So apart from the information, apart from the testing, we have those commodities provided so they can really prevent. You can't stop young people. Somebody that have been exposed to sex, it's difficult to abstain.
Right.
Although we preach abstinence, that's what we preach to the young people when we go to schools. Abstinence is the best. You don't need this right now. But it's good to have the information, but you don't need to involve this because it has, complications.
It does complicate your life. Yes.
Yes, so you have to start involving that when you ideal, when you mature in your mind, and also your body is ready for it.
Right.
You understand? So if we start doing that, it helps. So we have that testing. 1, testing is the way you can only know that you're HIV positive. 2, testing is accessible and available and is free. If you're HIV positive, we put you straight into management system, and the medication is available, is accessible, is free.
What?
Free.
Free. You know what they say? SK is saying whatever is free, you get 2, right? Apart from HIV. All right, and other infectious diseases. I think about it is that, despite the fact that we also say that, abstain is possible, faithfulness is possible. But if you can't attain those stuff, in the ABCs, abstain, be faithful, proper, effective condom use. Like when you see, meet a new person, like 2-3 times you have sex with them using condom. Next time, I good now. You understand? We just put out the condom one side and then go with the action. However, sex is, HIV and infectious disease is transmitted through trust.
Yeah.
You tell this person, no, I trust you enough to put my life in your hands.
Right.
If you throw it this way, it's up to you. You throw it this way, it's up to you. You understand? That's why we encourage that people get tested and get your partner tested. We see a lot of females coming to get tested, but males are not coming to get tested.
Really?
Yes. They may have very not adherence to testing and accessibility to help.
I sat there with that, me.
Yeah.
I just big up St. Peter's Health Center. Like that's where I have gone. There's no judgment. There's no issue. It's very simple. One little prick, boom. You sit down there for 2 seconds. They tell you whether they tell you you're negative, and you get a nice little card. Hey, watch it. You know what that does do when you're quoting a girl, it just pop out the card.
Yes, it is motivating.
You stop there with that,
And say, you know what, I take my health as a top priority.
Yeah.
You understand? And that makes the girl feel like, you know what, this person is really serious.
No.
And that also makes the person know, okay, I need to get tested to take your health very serious.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
understand? And the thing is, as you said, it's just a little prick. And some people are so scared of the prick. And you see them with tattoos. I'm like, how do you get that tattoo? You understand? I said, okay, if you feel like the prick is a problem, we now have quick testing. It's self-test, oral test. You don't need to prick. You just swap through your gum, up and down. And you put it in less than 15 minutes, you get the result.
What?
You understand?
I digging up your hand.
Without digging.
No, but I don't mind the digging, you know.
And the
I
dig
don't
is
mind,
so small,
I don't
like a
mind the
mosquito
dig.
bite.
Like, I don't, literally like a mosquito bite.
Yeah, you won't know when it's in and out, and you are good. And when I see people that are really, consciously taking their health as a top priority, it's sweetened my heart, because I see that people are conscious about themselves. Don't wait. It's like when they for men, you get to a stage where you need to do your prostate check. They don't want to do that prostate check. If you don't check your prostate and you get to a point where it has metastasized, or let's say you are exposed to prostate cancer, then it's a problem.
It's a problem.
There's nothing we can really do much for you. You understand? Or let's say women that don't do pap smear and do mammogram to check up their breast and everything, then you're only predisposing yourself to the after effect of you receiving whatever you need to be. This should have been addressed at the earlier stage. You understand? You're not being proactive. You're being reactive.
Yeah.
And our game and the Ministry of Health, our vision is to be very proactive in every aspect, in both infectious disease and non-infectious diseases. All right? So ensure that people have this information, people have the accessibility to health system, and also receive the services that they need.
Yeah, because it's not only accessible, but also affordable. Most of this is free.
Most of them is free. And the thing about it is that you can reach out to us and we'll be there. Like, let's say a business, let's say Rams or Best Buy, call us and say, Dr. Frey, we have like 20, 30 persons here that would like to sensitize on health in general, and also do some testing. And trust me, we would go through the HPU Health Promotion Unit and would have that organized and come to this place and get it done there. Set and get it done there.
Come now, we need to call him for the sugar factory, boy.
It's like real sugar up here.
You understand? So,
Come test the factory.
let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's get done, because you see that is encouraging everybody to see that health is vital. And it makes any sense you have all these millions and you don't have a good health.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So ensure that you take your health as a top priority, and then you do your best to fight it. And I said there are medications that are available for the management of HIV, and also very soon we will be rolling out a medication that is also a preventative medication. It's called PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Okay.
All right, so you take it to, if let's say you are exposed, we have PrEP, those, if you are exposed to HIV, let's say you have any sexual intercourse, and also you protect, but the condom breaks somehow because proper use, right? So we have medication to help to mitigate the chance of you acquiring that. And let's say
I've heard about PrEP before.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you have a partner that is exposed to that, or you feel like I don't trust this person that much, but I love them, I'm still with them, you can take that medication to prevent the exposure rate. All right? Does not mean that when you have that medication, you shouldn't use preventative measures like condom use.
It's to use in addition to
just additional
protection.
Protection. It's a double layer protection. All right, for the exposure to HIV.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that what you're saying is these resources are there, they're available. It is for persons to take the initiative and access what's available and use them.
And we're very privileged because a lot of countries don't have free access to these things.
I know a couple countries that are actually paying. You have to pay. Either you pay to get a medication, or you just allow yourself, it moves to AIDS and then you die off. You understand? So we really
they can't afford to get the
They
medication.
can't afford to get it.
But we're getting it free.
Free.
Testing and medication.
Free.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think that is important too, the understanding that the testing shouldn't be something you're afraid of, fearing that you're positive. Because it is better for you to know and then deal with doing to the management of it than to just kind of stay there and decide, well, I can't even understand that.
Yeah, the mentality of...
The mentality of by just saying, and I just can't...
I don't know it happening. That's not how it works.
And some people feel like, oh, I am strong, you can't know. Because it can actually be in your body for up to 10 years before it starts, having so much effect.
Right.
You understand? So it's not whether or not you may be predisposed to it. And you can be acquire HIV through sexual intercourse, exposure to, blood.
Right.
Like, those that are, drugs abuser and stuff, needle and all of the stuff. If you use sharp object in your work, you have to be very protective, careful.
So I would suspect, even you're saying that there's some professions that the people might be at more risk.
Yeah, there's some
persons who might be involved in waste management and stuff like that.
And even and tattoo as well, tattoo parlors as well.
Parlors, right.
To make sure that it's sterilized, not the one they just did for your friend and say, no, do me too, I want it too. Right, without even it being sterilized. I believe that maybe they are sterilizing, but we
not well enough for.
Yes,
yeah.
We might be predisposed to error. We are humans,
error, yeah.
Even machines have error, so you want to make sure that you do that. However, even when I'm going to cut my hair, the chance of you acquiring that in a hair salon, it's very low. However, I don't take chances. I have been cutting my hair with one person for the past 12 years. He knows my system. Hey, I don't care.
Sanitize.
Before do it, he knows he will do it again while I'm seeing. You understand? Because that is me. I just want to ensure that it is done properly. I won't leave it there for the fact that, yes, he knows that he will have to do it, but I want to see that he does it.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So, through sexual intercourse, through breast milk transmission, through vaginal fluid, semen as well. That's how people can acquire all of this. And someone asks, how about if I kiss somebody? Will I have HIV? It's extremely low because it needs a percentage of blood for it to really be transmitted.
Okay.
But however, let's say I had a dental work done and I'm still bleeding, or I have bleeding gums, and I kiss somebody, the chance of it increases.
So it's possible, but not very likely.
It is not very likely. It's 0.00007 of you being exposed to it. But protecting yourself is still a possibility.
So you just need to protect yourself.
But it's not through. It's not. Saliva does not transmit HIV.
And I think that's important to knowing how it transmits because there's been a lot of propaganda and misinformation when it comes to a lot of these things. So people don't really understand the things that can actually expose you to diseases. So education is very important when it comes to these things.
And I think that sometimes because of the lack of a proper information and education, people create room for stigma and discrimination. And when people feel this stigmatized and discriminated, it pushes them to a shell of not wanting to get tested or availing themselves to the treatment. You understand? So we as individuals, we in the federation, we have to know that it is not in our best interest to stigmatize or discriminate anybody because you feel or heard that they are exposed to this virus.
Yeah.
But we show love, kindness to ensure that together we can help this person live a functional, productive, and efficient life.
Yeah, I mean, that is amazing. I really want to big up you, your team, other members of the Department of Health, because I've seen the work happening. I see the access that's available. Sometimes we cuss and say, oh, health system ain't got this resource or that resource, but I could say, I haven't heard people saying that this is one resource.
Oh, no, I've literally never.
That they haven't heard people say they went to do a test and they ain't had none and this kind of thing. So there's an obvious dedication in what you guys are doing. I want to commend you. Like I was telling Jade before we started the interview, that I know you're the condom man.
Yes.
I know you're
the condom man. HIV doctor. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, so even just in places where I frequent and go and hang out, there's a steady supply just in case.
Yes. In case,
I mean, a man like me wouldn't need those things.
Right, sure. Yeah, man.
He's the safest.
A man like you, yeah. Abstinence.
He's the safest.
It's the safest. That's what I practice in. But I mean, for those who might not have the same level of discipline and control
that you have,
that I have,
yes.
The options are there, and it's available.
Indeed.
And I made it so much that I always let's say I give somebody a lift in my car. You might see a box of condoms in my car. You understand?
Right.
And there are areas you might see me. Like most times my work is not just an 8 to 5 job. And like I go to hot spots. We have hot spots where we have young people hanging around. We have other persons, sex workers and all of this stuff. So we go there. Like say you might see me in the Tata area.
Right.
Or this man going to go buy something, you know. But I am doing my work.
And
You
then you
understand?
work,
Hey,
I'm working.
I don't, it's okay.
It's
You know,
okay,
as
yeah.
long as the work is done, the people, some person's ideology about what they feel things are, it's not no business of mine as long as the work is done.
Right.
You know, I go to, you know, like in the evenings, like this Friday, like you see me in the night, like driving to areas where I feel like I'll meet a lot of young people, talk to
Right.
them, you know, and give them this content, dog thanks and everything. So
Yeah.
it gives me that joy that I could protect one person
Right.
from being exposed to this virus. You understand? I really don't have to do it, you know.
No, you
But
don't.
I don't hear. My own is that I want to make sure that people are safe. And it hurt my when I say young people that have lives ahead of them have to be on medication for their lifetime.
Right.
You understand? If I can prevent one person from being exposed to it, that gives me joy. You understand? And sometimes it's not about if you're paid, if you're being praised, but the fact that you're doing the work that you love to do.
Right.
Breathing, smile, and preventing and helping people. That's all that really matters. You understand?
Well, we could tell you're very passionate about
Well,
this.
Doc,
Oh man, I love my job.
you inspire me, you know. So
You're
know,
about to help him?
No, what is gonna happen now? I just want to put it out there. If someone finds a condom in my bag or in my vehicle, all I'm doing is saving a life.
That's it.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I don't want.
Doctor gave it to you.
Yeah, the doctor me.
You're about to let him implement you.
I'm an ally.
Okay.
I'm an ally. Jay.
Yeah,
That's all I am.
yeah. Ally, yes.
That's
Yes.
all. People
Yes.
want to assume.
Save the nation.
Why you
Save
do
the
this?
nation.
No,
No,
come
Dr.
on.
Offer, give me this to give out to the nation.
No,
Precisely.
but on a serious note, though. On a serious note, I have been in situations where I know something about to happen, and partner say, "Oh my bad," and I wish really and truly that I had.
You had it, yeah,
because I know whether I have it or not. Me stopping what about that, man.
Nope.
But me stopping what about that happen. But I would have loved to be able to give him what he needs in that moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Save that life.
Yeah.
I might need to let you leave a box of condoms here so when he gets from
Yeah, man, I have,
When
to,
they
take
I
one.
have to come back and bring some box of condom for you because it's important. The thing is, I tell people, they feel like the young people don't have it. It's like when you start educating, like we have complaints, some of the parents like, oh, don't tell my child about sex.
Well, somebody else said it.
Somebody telling them.
Somebody telling the child is understand.
Yeah.
So
You might want it to be me.
Yes, I'm giving them proper, proper information that they can really be able to ask questions. That person may not be given that information for them to have, but giving them information just to play with their mind and to get them in.
Well, I'm
You
telling you
understand?
something, right? Most of the stuff that I see readily accessible and available isn't really healthy and best practices. And that's across the board, whether it is just simple television, cable network, whether it is Netflix, whatever it is.
Up on your phone.
It is just your friend in class who don't even know as much as you. They don't even know anything. Like, they are exposed. And that's why I was saying at the start that I think it's so important for us to counter that with the right information, giving them the ability to make informed and sensible decisions, right? Because with all that, it's not that you're stopping the bad information from coming by not giving them the good information.
Precisely.
Right.
Precisely.
But Doc, I mean, again, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
It's a pleasure.
It's been our pleasure as well, and hopefully, based on what you said, it could continue to be pleasurable for other people. Once done right and
Correctly.
and correctly,
Safely.
and safely.
Safely,
Yes.
safely. It's important. And I want to leave this with the people, making them understand that it is not my fight. It's not just your fight. It's our fight to really mitigate the spread of infection. With the goal of the World Health Organization, we are looking forward to drastically eradicate HIV, not only in the region, but in the world in 2030. So every hands on deck is needed. That this thing is out there, just as we're very conscious about COVID, we should be very conscious about HIV and other viral infections out there. Hepatitis B and C is out there already. You understand? And people are not informed about this. That's why whenever I have the privilege to really educate people, I go in depth as much as I can. So it's your responsibility to fight this thing. It's your responsibility to take your health in your hands and do all it takes to protect yourself. You understand? So thank you so much for this opportunity.
And for persons who may, either want more information, want to partner, or just want a box of condoms, how do they reach out to
Yes.
you?
You can reach me through 467-1234 is my extension, or you can also call. You can also come to Ministry of Health, which is at Blading, opposite the big credit union. Right, and you just ask for Dr. Ofrey or Miss Lucien, and we'll be there to provide it. Yeah, Blading's by
the pink one.
The pink,
It's by Four Seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Minister of Health is downstairs and Sustainable Development is upstairs. So you just come there and ask for me, and I will be there to provide that information. You know. So thanks a lot for this.
All right, man, for sure. Thank you again for coming.
And feel free to come back when you have information to share, anything happening that you need the public to know.
No problem. I appreciate that, and I will definitely do that because we look forward to having, right now we're having training sessions for the healthcare workers. We're going to be having training for the nurses and stuff, you know, because we need them to be well informed on new recent information, you know, on how to provide efficient and very effective services to the Federation and to the people. You know, it's
You
I
know,
think we have to get to it.
I mentioned it earlier, and I'll ask it now to see if there is a possibility of, because you said, you know, there's some people who, for whatever reason, it might not be justified, but they may have some reluctance about going out and get tested. Is there a possibility or even something on the horizon where being able to test yourself becomes available, whether it's home testing kits or is that something that we could maybe look forward to in future?
Oh yes, and it's something that we're looking forward to implementing. We had a rollout. We not had a rollout. We had the trial done, and that's why we still have some of those test kits. So sometimes we use those test kits as well. Very soon it should be in the pharmacies and also pharmacy, you know, station. Different pharmacy will have that sold, and also different places you can actually go and buy and get it tested yourself.
Nice.
You understand? So because if you don't, we just want to make people informed,
right,
and also being able to assess, to know their status. You know, get the test done.
That's the important part. That's the important part.
Simple. We don't even need you don't need no professional skill to get that done.
Right.
The leaflet inside show you step by step on how to get it done. You know, and you get the result, and then if you can contact us and we'll link you to care, and you're good to go.
Lovely, you know? Lovely. I mean, I think that is going to be a real game changer.
Yeah.
I like me and Kenya, you're going to be the health center. I'll stop there with that.
Yeah.
But for those who may have reluctance for whatever reason, I think that's going to be a real game changer. I mean, even you know, you meet up with a lovely young lady, a lovely young man for the first time. And, you know, there's a possibility that, you know, you guys are going to take this to the new level. Say, hey, well, they're going to dry. Say, I'll take one, you take one. You know what I mean?
Precisely.
I think we need to normalize that.
I agree, honestly.
We need to normalize that.
Yeah.
Even asking people of the status, recognizing that, you're in a death sentence, like being judging you. But, you know, I'm concerned about my health, and you should be concerned, so you could ask me as well.
Precisely. And if I tell ladies, if you meet a guy at first and the person doesn't want me, I don't want to use condom, run away. Run away. And the woman tells you she don't want to use condom, run away.
Check me.
You know, you understand? You know. It will be freely given and freely received.
I understand.
You know, so.
For a conversation, Jade.
Yeah, of course, because you're abstaining.
Education is
because you're currently abstaining from.
Yes, of course.
So get tested, and I think people don't ask the right information why they're dating or why they're talking to a girl, or a girl is asking a question while a guy is talking to her. You know, ask the right question. What's up about your health? When last did you get your test done?
Right.
You know, when last did you have a general checkup? Yeah. You understand? Do you think you're exposed to this? Do you think you're exposed to this? All of those stuff, because that is what helps you know that, you know, this person is really health conscious, and is conscious about you as a person.
Right.
You know, if you ask me that question, I'm like, hell yeah, I think I want to do. I want to go further with this girl.
Look, let me tell you something. I can't expect you to care about me if you don't care about yourself.
True.
Precisely.
Very simple. That
Very true.
You can't give what you don't have.
Yeah, that's all.
Precisely.
I don't hesitate to ask. I mean, if I were engaging in that type of behavior, I would not hesitate. You know.
Yeah. All the best to everyone, and we all can do this together.
Indeed. But Doc, thanks again for joining us. It's been a real pleasure, really informative, and I think just hopeful knowing that all these things are accessible and available, and that it isn't, like you said, a death sentence, and it is something that we all could manage if we all kind of work together.
Precisely.
Right? So thanks again.
Thank you
right?
so much.
Guys, we're gonna take a short break. Be right back with a little more sipping right here at the Sugar Factory. Stick and stay. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Grab your Eagle Ray hard seltzer, cause we're about to take a deep dive.
Eagle Ray, hard seltzer.
New depth of refreshment.
Eagle Ray, hard seltzer.
Take a deep dive.
Eagle Ray, hard seltzer.
Lemon, pineapple, passion fruit.
Eagle Ray,
Hard seltzer.
Eagle Ray, hard seltzer.
New depths of refreshment.
Get more value for your money when you activate your Digicel Prime bundle. More choices for what you want at low prices. More talk time on the most reliable network. More any-use data for whatever you're into searching and sharing. And dedicated data for more new apps to stream your music, shows, and live sports. Activate a Digicel Prime bundle of your choice in the My Digicel app today and save more. Digicel, better connected.
Alright guys, we are back right here on SipNchat, and that was a really cool discussion.
Yeah, very necessary.
That's the word, I guess. Like, I don't think people understand how serious it is. I think every now and again, this is what it is, every now and again, we see a press release, or we see some screenshot that gone viral of a post where somebody saying how much cases we have, and then people kind of talk about it quick, and be like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that ain't nothing to do with me. I good.
Yeah, and I think that kind of mentality.
That's a dangerous
That
mentality
is
to have.
dangerous, dangerous. But I can tell you something. One of the things that is very hopeful for me is not just that there's treatment, there's other preventative measures, right? But also just the fact that because we know now that these things are available, it's in something what we came out in the article in the state, that people who might have been exposed to the virus don't necessarily mean they have to spread it to you.
No, it's not and it's not a death sentence.
Are they going to end up dead and sucky and thing, and they're going to say, oh, you see how you looking at from here? I think that is kind of go a long way to help to reduce that stigma.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see it get to a time where, one, of course, where people, AIDS could be this thing of the past, but even so, if somebody tell you they have AIDS, in like, oh my God!
Oh, you're gonna know.
Oh,
get away.
don't talk to me. Oh. Like, I would love for it to get to that point, because the truth is, like, we have the facilities and to mitigate the risk and to manage the disease itself.
Indeed.
Right? Back in the day, you got to study about, okay, even if you don't have the stigma attached to somebody, right, who might have been exposed to HIV, you got to study about, do I really want to start a family with this person, even if they don't give it to me, because like, are they going to be there to help me raise these children?
And not only that, will they pass it to these children?
Right. So those are the types of things. But now that we have more and more of these resources available, I think it's really in time, should help to reduce that level of stigma.
I agree,
stigma.
friend.
So
I
like,
agree.
yeah, big ups to the people at the health department again, man. Yeah, sometimes you abuse y'all and y'all drop the ball, but
This ain't one of them
I
times.
could say with this, yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, back to some things happening around the world.
What's happening around the world?
So,
What's happening around
a
the world?
USAF official says he misspoke about AI drone killing human operator in simulated test. The man tried to give AI a bad name by Lord of mercy.
No, they're trying to cover up the truth. No, partner doesn't say what he say. They say, "Boy, you can't say that, G."
Can't say that.
Can't
I'm
say
going to
that,
tell people
G.
them that. You better take it back. Well, the Air Force Chief of AI Tests and Operations initially said an AI drone killed the operator because that person was keeping it from accomplishing its objectives. A USAF official who was quoted saying the Air Force conducted a simulated test where an AI drone killed its human operator is now saying he misspoke. And that the Air Force never ran this kind of test in a computer simulation or otherwise. Be for real. Be so for real right now.
How does one
misspoke?
just misspeak something so specific? They might make up a whole test that never happened and an outcome that didn't happen.
Come on now. I think we should video. And I mean, yeah, granted, understandable. But ain't all of us that stupid. You can't come tell me you misspoke a whole scenario. Hey, did we make a mistake in the scenario, no? The whole scenario was the misspoke? Oh, sorry guys. You know, I know I said last week that this AI drone killed this man because he didn't want to do what the drone said he want to do. But you know, that was my bad. It was just a slip of the tongue.
No. That actually never happened. We never ran a test like that. I don't know where, I don't know
where my brain got that from.
I don't know what I was saying. Why did I say that? I don't know.
Come on. Well, Cole Hamilton admits he misspoke in the presentation at the FCAS summit, and the rogue AI drone simulation was a hypothetical. I think we should. I definitely think we should. It was a hypothetical thought experiment from outside the military base on plausible scenarios and likely outcomes rather than an actual USAF real-world simulation. You believe that?
Nope, would be my answer. Final answer. Final answer. What I believe happened is they ran a simulation. It's not like to say like there was an AI drone that was physically built and there's somebody who is no longer with us now and their family is mourning. I believe they ran a simulation, just like they ran all the simulations of all the things and saying, well, what are the possible outcomes? And I believe one of the possible outcomes was
the drone
say, yo, bro,
you ain't listening.
you're getting in my way.
So you're going to go to them.
Danger.
You are in danger, sir. Well, sir.
The man said, but this man really just said, the man really just lay out that there.
Like, come on, my guy. There's military secrets for a reason. Government secrets for a reason.
No, and you know, this probably wasn't a secret. The man just figured like he wasn't going to say it.
And he brain just said.
But that's what I'm telling you. What probably happened, right? Like I said, they probably ran simulations. This was probably one of the possible outcomes that happened in the simulation. And he mentioned it. They weren't thinking he could mention all the scenarios. So.
Yeah. But he mentioned it in a way making people feel like he was an actual human. Or it actually happened and they tried to cover it up. Who knows? Anyway. UFOs. 5 revelations from NASA's public meeting. NASA set up a panel last year to explain its work on what it calls unidentified anomalous phenomena. UAP are defined as sightings that cannot be identified as aircrafts or known natural phenomena from a scientific perspective. The panel had its first public meeting on Wednesday, he has some revelatory moments. We have 5 to 100-ish new reports each month. Said Sean Kirkpatrick.
Captain. So there's actually a Captain Kirk at NASA. There's a Captain Kirk. There's a little Captain Kirk. Wow, that's funny.
Then you're just happy by.
Who the next person be Spock?
I wouldn't be shocked.
Head communications officer,
Yeah.
Marvin Spock.
Yeah, man. Well, he's the director of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and it is a part of the U.S. Defense Department. He said the number of the sightings, which are possible, really anomalous, are 2% to 5% of the total database. Okay, not bad. Mr. Kirkpatrick also noted that the privacy concerns limit the agency's investigation. We can point the largest collective apparatus in the entire globe at any point we want, he said. A lot of what we have is around the continental United States. Most people don't like it when we point our entire collection apparatus at your backyard. Microwaves and optical illusions. This is a headline. UAP-related data is often difficult to interpret and can be easily skewed. David Spergel, so close to spot now.
Yeah, this is all a joke, dude. I no longer believe anything. What I believe is happening is that these people are the ones who they bring out to talk to us. The real man them in a bunker in a hill somewhere. Dissecting.
Where's the Area 54?
Dissecting an alien out.
I know.
Get up this morning, leave the family, kiss the children goodbye.
Go home, go cut up a green thing.
A
A green thing on the table.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
These people, they got joke now.
No, but we know better.
Captain Kirkpatrick and Spartacus.
Dr. Spergel. David Spergel, chair of NASA's AUP team, mentioned a burst of radio waves picked up by researchers in Australia. They had really strange structure. People couldn't figure out what was going on. Then they start to notice a lot of them bunched together around lunchtime. It turned out that the sensitive instruments used by researchers were picking up signals from microwaves used to heat up their lunches.
Me want to hear about this. Jade. They play with us now.
That's a damn lie.
They play with us now, Jade. They play with us now.
That's a liar.
They play with us now. They can't tell me
But
these
they microwave
people.
them.
These people build a thing to find anomalies.
And they're picking up microwave.
And the microwave fooling them. And then what the people do is go and gather around the microwave.
Like, come on.
Yeah, they play with us now, Jade.
Stop it, no. Stop it. Lord, man, have a heart. They also said there is a new era of transparency. After light. After light was showing the whole article.
But we would not have needed a new
Era of transparency.
if you was transparent all the time.
Facts.
So it has to be y'all admitting that y'all weren't transparent before.
Facts.
And so why would we believe that you're transparent now? Especially when nothing makes sense what you say.
One of the reasons Wednesday's meeting is so noteworthy in NASA's change of approach, the space agency spent decades debunking UFO sightings, aka they spent decades lying through their teeth. At the end of the hearing, the panel took questions from the public. One was, what is NASA hiding? NASA's Dan Evans replied that the agency is committed to transparency. That is why we are here live on TV today. Bye. Go up my face.
There's about 10 sentences away.
There's a willfully lying to me now, man.
Oh, bye. Let's do one more article.
I'm actually trying. So remember, some time ago we did this article from Belize, I think it was, where this socialite, she killed the commissioner. She shot the commissioner. This white lady shot the commissioner. It's Belize, sorry. It's Belize, I just say? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, Jasmine Harting. Socialite spared jail after killing Belize police chief.
So she get this one here work out now.
Bye. A Canadian socialite who killed a police chief in Belize with his own gun has reportedly been spared prison time. Jasmine Hatton, 34, was handed a €30,000 fine and 300 hours of community service, according to local reports. She pleaded guilty in April to the manslaughter of Henry Jamot on 20th May 2021. He died from a single gunshot wound to the head. Hatton is the former partner of Andrew Ashcroft, the son of prominent UK businessman Lord Michael Ashcroft. Under the sentence handed down by the Belize High Court, Hatton must pay 75,000 BZD, that's Belizean within 12 months.
Belizean dollars.
Yes. Or face a potential prison sentence of 12 months, according to Channel 5 Belize. She must also produce a video warning against the dangers of drunkenness and mishandling firearms.
So they're saying that alcohol was involved.
Yes. At the time Mr. Jamot's death, Hatton and Mr. Ashcroft lived in Belize with their 2 children. Over the course of the investigation, the criminal trial, it was revealed that Hatton and Mr. Jamot, who were known to be friends, had been at a party in together. What? I think they meant to say had been partying together
yes.
on the island of Ambergris Cay on the night of his death. Police said that the two took a stroll on the beach before ending up at a pier. At some point, Mr. Jamot handed his gun to put aside. She later handed his gun to put aside. Sorry. Why would you take off your gun to give somebody to put? Men understand.
The Kings of the Sunset, actually.
Yeah, no, that wasn't good. That was going to fornicate. I had to put the gun aside.
Oh, Dr. Ube was over there.
If they ain't having, well, they didn't reach to that point. They don't start off on. So I don't know if they have safe sex. If they wasn't even handling the gun properly.
Yeah, there was nothing safe about that.
Nothing at all.
There was nothing safe about them encounters. There's a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
She later... All the girls like to tell them, man, just put the gun on the...
Put it on the dresser.
Put it on the dresser. Put your gun on the dresser. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Well, sir.
I put mine under the pillow. I ain't playing with that.
Under the pillow?
Oh. Okay.
Police said that, I don't read that. She later told investigations that she had been drinking and had fumbled with the Glock 19 after police chief asked for it back, leading to an accidental discharge. Police found Hatton near the pier, covered in blood and distraught. Mr. Jamot's body was found in the water off San Pedro, Belize. Hatton was charged with manslaughter by negligence and eventually pleaded guilty. Bye. It's because she white and she rich. Because I don't see how I can tell me that I accidentally shoot a man in the head and I get into a fine.
Not just a man, Jade.
A police
chief. Not just a police,
Chief.
The chief of police.
And I just got to pay a fine and some community service?
Which she'll never do.
Oh, I wasn't mad.
She'll never do the community service.
But that lost me in jail.
She just ain't going back to Belize again.
No, for what? Should I give them the money and bus off?
Yep.
Yeah, if she ain't on bus off, I hear she husband leave her to buy.
Of course,
yeah.
Because where was in and yeah.
Yeah, but you see, the man I kill him now, I got
go. Ain't about the killing nothing.
No, but like, the killing part put a spotlight on them. Yeah, embarrassing the family. Embarrassing the family.
I know that they got options. Father is like literally one of the richest people in Europe.
Rich, the man ain't like regular rich, the man rich. And I talk up with you in the man garden, you work out that. All after she killed the man, she outside partying and so.
Yep.
I white people, I are privileged, me now. I are privileged, different. Well, guys, don't ducks with guns around. Moral of the story, I guess.
Moral of the story.
Yeah.
And guys, don't let them fool you about put your gun on the dresser. Keep your gun on the pillow. Okay, don't listen to Bailey, man.
Why you on the pillow though?
But you ain't want it that, but you want it just there, like.
You think she gonna reach for it and maybe the dress on the other side of the room?
Yeah, but far from you too.
So where need your gun?
No, I mean, need the gun, I just want it closer to me than to you.
Under the pillow and closer to me than to you?
where I put in the pillow, that's where you be.
That might be unsafe.
Oh,
You see what happened last time when somebody had the gun on the bed? Remember when the girl got shot in her chest area? And they say it was an accident because the man left he firearm on the bed and went go bed or wherever he went to the bathroom. Go down.
Put your head
Put your gun on my pillow. I don't do that. Please don't do that.
Ah, boy, well. What a world we live in.
What a world, eh? What a world. What's this? Loan payment not up to date. What is here now? Who are you? Development bank? Or this is what disqualifies you from getting the 5%?
The 5%.
The 5% loan, remember loan deduction, the student loan payment deduction. I mean, remember they changed the thing from 9 to 5. So they're saying if your loan payment ain't up to date.
Well, Jade, that's the people who need it most. What are you really saying, boy?
Ooh, sir. Let me see.
Them the people
Loan
need
payments not up to date. To complete the process of reducing the investment rate on your existing loan, follow the following steps. Contact your bank and book an appointment. You need your documents, guarantors. If your payment is up to date, it's the same thing, man.
Anyway, guys, go take advantage of that, yeah?
Please.
If you got the student loan paying, go take advantage of that.
I like this graphic. Whoever do development bank graphic, kudos to you. I love a good graphic.
Yeah.
No time. This is not work of that man.
Yeah, it looks like it looks good. But yeah, Jade, I mean, I'm hoping that people really take advantage of that. Do what you got to do, guys. Save yourself some money. I tell you, student debt is crippling.
Hey, you see by what you all in Jamaica.
No.
By Jamaicans in the comments having a whole heart attack by. All the man say is Taliban is more Afro-based than that.
Yeah, but I would agree.
Well, they don't.
On what grounds?
They don't agree because they want him to be Jamaican. They want him to claim Jamaica.
Okay, well.
That's all. They want. That man real upset because the man said that. Oh my
Not
God!
only that, but if he is the creator, then he should be able to bear in
They
mind.
want to tell the man what he think.
Yeah, remember.
And not only that, the headline is apparently misleading. All I can do, boy, want nothing. Okay? The man said what he said. I just gotta be vexed. That's all.
Well.
Big up saying Taliban's and Nevis one time.
Oh boy, but yeah, guys, I had a good time today.
You don't always have a good time when you're
I
here?
had a good time. It's good being back.
We're in tropics tomorrow.
Something really short.
Chest out and thing?
Anything less to be uncivilized.
I agree.
I'm gonna tropics.
I know you're in tropics, friend.
I'm gonna tropics.
That was a trick question.
I can't handle
The level of gyration?
the level of fun that will be had, like certain fun just above my fun meter and break my fun meter. Bell pastel different.
That day I might got to go play a wool suit.
So I'm saying they fly in a suit for bell pastel bar.
Yes, you should.
But yeah, I'll let Jade do fashion consultant.
Bye, if I do that, they're going to come up with some hoochie daddy shots.
No.
So you better leave me.
Daddy,
I going to put you in some hoochie daddy shots.
No, but I actually really intend on...
And put it on yours?
I actually really intend... But let me put it this way. The shortness of my shorts will depend on the consistency of my leg day routine in the next few weeks. So if I get my quads where I want them to get to, then...
Oh, you look out for some hoochie daddy shots from Azem. And you perform. You're probably back in some artists.
Well, hopefully.
So the man up there with his bass and his shots.
But yeah. My shots are Mr. Shots singing even if I got them on with my bass.
Body girls, man. Well, sir. Don't try to put them on the stage, please. Don't try to draw us on the stage after Azem, please.
Plan, that's the plan.
Be civilized, be civilized. I mean, he won't be, but be civilized.
That's the plan.
I'm going
You gotta be legs and base.
legs and base, man.
That's the name of the show.
Show one time, legs and base, man. Legs and base. Just change the name of the show one time. I went to go home.
The Kingston's having a feel, lady.
Oh, that's what serious. I went to go home. Well, sir, as it said, legs and base, man.
Is the weekend, Jade?
Well, sir.
Hey, Jade, make sure they've been pump up.
I'm going to tell them, I'm sure they're listening. Malay?
Oh,
Malay, you hear that? The girls that want Ben right over, by. Malay, the girls that want Ben right over. Zikoma?
Oh, boy.
Good brother? Pump up, please. So as him go up there.
I never know you had some girls' name end with A.
By neither me?
Bye, but
By the lot of bending over.
a lot of Benny now, so you gotta be a lot of A names.
By got to be. Even the ones that without the A, the bending over still.
Shakima, Vidisha. No girls using the middle name, the nickname,
Yeah.
all kind of things again in this song, yeah?
I qualify.
Yeah, you got middle name with the A?
Yes. I'm bending right over. Watch you. Check the bell pastel. Check the bell pastel. Well, sir, let me know this in Mali now.
Dessert. You got you.
Dessert. Ring Pumpa.
I know it hasn't been announced, but I know Pumpa should be in the federation soon. Oh. Okay.
Perform me where?
July.
Okay.
Perform me where? What?
And I know at least one other place that he's gonna be in a few months, yeah.
Pumpa featuring Terror? Love it. Love it.
Vibes.
Love it. Anyway, guys.
It is Friday, of course.
I got luck with me here.
Me too. Yeah, take on me and this like curly locks.
Yeah, curly locks, sir. I nearly come in here in a hat. I said, bye, lad, man, lad, lad.
Yeah, but guys, it's been a real pleasure hanging out with you today. It's the weekend, so of course, I'm going to implore you guys to be extra careful, to get some rest. We don't want to come back with some of the reports we were getting last week.
Don't break in nobody can. Take all your time on the road.
Oh, boy.
Don't knock down on them silver lamp posts because they cost a
Watch,
lot.
this week.
Somebody didn't clean up one?
Yes.
Cool, 15, how much? 25, 50 to 25,000? Rich buy.
No, let me tell you something, right? These last 2 weeks, the accidents been crazy. We had an accident last night.
I see one yesterday from up Monkey Hill.
As we pass, the accident happened. 5 people ended up in the hospital.
When?
What?
As we pass,
Where?
When?
Where?
Monkey, this year, what Jade talk about.
Oh, wow.
As we pass, that 5 people in the hospital.
Wow, crazy.
The whole front of the bus bashed right into the atmosphere.
Wow. Guys, no.
That's
Guys,
crazy.
let me tell you something. Drivers, be careful. But even so, passengers, don't be afraid to hold your driver.
Hey! Put me off here.
Yes, slow down.
Man a potato. Don't drive me like none.
Yeah, guys, it really gets into a point where something going on because I'm seeing 3, 4, 5 accidents, and the problem
What is it that they're looking down when they're driving? What are they doing?
Every now you're seeing some serious ones too. Like I seen some car fall up. I wonder if them are making the car them out of paper now.
Cushy paper kia. Cushy paper kia.
Me don't understand what's going on. Oh my gosh.
The car them by the ground up.
If you can't end with an A,
No, we want that.
squash right up.
Let's go right up.
Oh boy. But guys, yes, please be careful this weekend. And yeah, get some rest, man. Spend some time with your family, loved ones. And if you can't spend some time with them, give them a call. Some of my grandmother out there will want to call them.
Lord, they say ages, they didn't remember how I look. Oh, my mother.
But anyway, on that note, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta disembark, we gotta disappear, we gotta vanish. Just like the video did. Just like the video did. So, guys, please spend more time living your content than posting it. And of course, remember you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We're gonna see you guys
On Monday.
next week. Bye.